when we see superficially, like not in the standard of truth, but if we see externally, it appears as if Jesus has come to divide the world instead of uniting, because this world who believes so much into human power, there is a man who is Son of Man who comes to say and proclaim that human power is of no use. What gives power is God's Spirit. But it is experience of each and every one of us that what we can attain by human power, like by determination, what is impossible. So many religions teaching human power, so many science and technology everywhere. We have seen the power of humanity, and Jesus is speaking of something that is beyond humanity, and it is the world of love, and we welcome each other in this world of love, because by determination one can stop even impossible or even the death, but it is impossible to stop the heart in love. And nothing seems clear to one who is in love, because love only sees the face of beloved. There is a moment in the life of Jesus Christ when Jesus says that he is not going to eat and drink anymore until and unless the kingdom of heaven comes to this world. Because when we are in love, then nothing other than beloved, or what we love for, what is our dream, what is our desire. When we are relentless into our purpose, then nothing else satisfies us. Everything has lost its taste to us when we are in love. And that's why I feel from this standard, it appears that human power means, other than anything that is in my love, all appears useless, meaningless. The same spring, same festival, same celebration of the world appears tasteless without the salt. And this salt of life is love. Nothing seems clear to one when one falls in love. Just one thought of his or her, who is my love and your love, then we feel that there is something in our heart that is called love. It becomes restless. And even such time comes in our life when happily we drink with all joy. We drink the cup of suffering. Like we know that this love is giving me tears. This love is making me suffer. But still, we don't want to live without love. There is a moment in the life of Jesus Christ when Jesus said that, Father, remove this cup of suffering. And then he realizes, he drinks the cup of suffering and goes through all the trial. And this is love that is beyond this human power. Love makes us do something that is beyond the science of this world. By stopping, really, repeating this, by stopping one can stop even impossible. This is human power. But nothing seems clear to one who falls in love. This relentless, desperate state of passion opens the door of heaven for one, and one attains the divine power. The passion of love is such that how effortlessly it removes all the hurdle or clears any kind of storm from our life. Love even tears apart away, even in the midst of the sea of impossibilities. We have seen in the life of Moses that how the sea gets separated and makes the way. And Jesus says that don't think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them. And Jesus further says that but to fulfill them. Like this, that human power, the law or everything that we feel is our way of living. He has not come to discourage us that we don't do anything for us. But he is telling us that anything that we determine, that we want to live for ourselves, the love of God has power to fulfill it. That any dream that you have seen, like you are working hard to recover from some illness. We all get some kind of illness, if not physical, then mental, emotional. And we are working hard to get out of it, or like the shadow of some emotional pain. But love has power to fulfill it, to clear it. We give our effort. Like he has said that he has not come to abolish the law or the prophets, but he has to come to fulfill it. Like Moses was himself a prophet, but the love of God makes a way for him. Love has no fear, and even the fear of death is not for love. But it doesn't mean that a lover dies in love, because love leads us to eternity. Because what happens in love, that a true lover never fears death. It never fears that what is going to. Love is not like shopkeeping, it is somewhat like gambling. We give everything in love. Yet there is no loss for a lover. A love never defeats. Love always wins. Because beauty, where there is love, there is beauty. And greatest of all the beauty is the beauty of God's grace. When we are in love and when we devote ourselves to a higher purpose of love that is beyond above the cost of our life, then the beauty of God's grace comes to save the love. And love arises again, because love is the resurrection. And it said that God so loved the world. And after that it said that Jesus comes to us by the love of God, and not for the judgment but to be Savior, because love is the Savior. And one statement of Jesus Christ is this: I tell you the truth, until the heaven and earth disappear, not even the smallest detail of God's law will disappear until its purpose is fulfilled. So anything, any dream, any desire that you or I or we feel in our spirit is the God's law, and it will never disappear from us until we fulfill it, because the greatest sorrow for every plant or every flower is to remain in a form of a bud and never to blossom like a flower. So all our dream, all our desire, all our wish, all our want is like that flower in our heart, and it remains like the bud. But when the sun ray of the life of love of God, that is Jesus himself, or when we are in love, it brings such light in us that the flower naturally blossoms. Like the taste, the suffering is the sour taste of a fruit that is not ripe, but the heat of the love brings this ripeness in the fruit of our life that is already in us, but it becomes sweet. So love has such power to fulfill everything, and love is divinity. Love is God's reason of Jesus with us. Love is the reason of life. Love is the fulfillment of life. Yes, we need our intellect. We need so much of work to fulfill all the purpose of life, but it never gets fulfilled. It only becomes good, better, but it becomes fulfilled when we are in love, because love is beautiful. Love is God. Love is touch of you and me, and love is the reason. That is the reason of all the reason of being here. And that's why I pray for love in your life, and I want to say thank you for listening these words with so much of love. Because yes, human power is good. We can work so much to attain our success, but until and unless love doesn't sprout in our life, it doesn't become fulfilled, because love has power to fulfill. Even in the life of a prophet, it is love that makes their dream become fulfilled. So why not our dream will become fulfilled by love? Because love is divine. Love is a touch of God, and the touch of love in our life is name, and name of the beloved. Nothing gives us greater pleasure than when we hear the name of the person whom we love. If somebody loves grapes and you talk about grapes to that person, they become so happy. If somebody loves some film star and you talk about that film star, that person become happy. If somebody loves some sports person, or if somebody is dedicated, his love life is dedicated to some career or something, and if you speak about that thing, that brings joy to that person. This joy is the fulfillment, because love has power to fulfill everything. And the greatest joy in love is the name. Name is what I want to attain love. The touch of love is name. And Jesus says that when that day comes, means when we are really in love, you will not ask me for anything. I'm telling you the truth. The Father will give you whatever you ask him in my name, because this name is the name of love. When we are in love, then we lead to a stage beyond our human power, and we attain the power of God, where we don't need any mediator to approach God. And Jesus says that I'm telling you the truth. The Father will give you whatever you ask him in my name. And before that, he says, when that day comes, you will not ask me for anything. Because we directly attain that treasure of heaven that belongs to us, and everything becomes fulfilled. And this is the fulfillment. And Jesus says, I tell you the truth, until the heaven and earth disappear, not even the smallest detail of God's law will disappear until its purpose is fulfilled. And the purpose is fulfilled What is the law? Law is love. And Jesus says that I give you a new law. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul. Love one another. Love your neighbor. Love your anything and everything about this is love. And love is the fulfillment. So with this love of God, I pray for the fulfillment of all your dreams, all your desires. No matter how hard you're working, love has power to bring its fulfillment. Love is the destination of all the journey. So in the name of love of God, I thank you with all love and my prayers for you. Thank you.